Hello, good morning, students. In today's video, we are going to cover this topic, the atmosphere and hydrosphere. Okay, so as you all know, this atmosphere comes from a Greek word atmo, and this hydrosphere comes from a Greek word hydro. So you have to tell me in the comment section what does these Greek word means. So let's start with the atmosphere. So as you can see, this is not how the atmosphere looks like. It's very thin. Atmosphere layer is very thin. The atmosphere is a vital a part of geosphere. So as we have seen in yesterday's video, that geosphere is the umbrella term in which four vital components of earth are included. So that four are atmosphere, hydrosphere, um, biosphere, and lithosphere. These are the four vital components of the geosphere. So it surrounds the earth like a blanket. So as you can see, like a blanket, it completely surrounds the earth. It is made up of gases, water vapor, and dust particles. So, what is there present in the atmosphere? Gases, water vapor, and the dust particles. Main gases present in the atmosphere are nitrogen 75% and oxygen 24%. And the other gases are CO2, argon, helium, neon in small amounts. Almost 97% of the atmosphere is within 30 km from the earth. So 97% of the like within from the earth's surface 30 kilometer, in that 30 km distance most atmosphere is covered. The upper limit of the atmosphere is about 1000 km, but the upper limit is 1000 km. So atmosphere is spread out till 1000 km, but most vital gases that we need and all the things that we need from the atmosphere will be covered in within 30 km. Beyond 100 km height is called outer space or extraterrestrial space. So after this 30 km means till 100 km. Just a second. So we have seen that 30 km 97% of the atmosphere is covered. Then atmosphere upper limit is 1000 km, and within 100 km we can say after the 100 km the outer atmosphere is called the extraterrestrial space. Importance of the atmosphere: provides air to breathe. So of course in atmosphere all the essential gases are included, so it provides us the air to breathe. Provides water to drink through the water cycle. So the the water evaporates and it's deposited in the atmosphere in the form of water vapor, and that again forms clouds, precipitation happens. So this all happens only because of the atmosphere. Okay, because those water droplets, that a water from the ocean evaporates, and then the process occurs of the water cycle. So that's why it provides water to drink. Protects from harmful UV rays. So the atmosphere helps us to protect from the harmful UV rays, because the upper layer of the atmosphere it includes ozone layer, and ozone layer absorbs the harmful UV rays. Burns meteoroids due to friction. So it burns meteoroids due to friction. Because of that, meteoroids didn't fall directly on our earth. otherwise it will be very devastating. Okay, so what happens is when the meteorites come into the atmosphere of earth, um, the earth's because of the earth's gravitation, its speed sped up. Oh, means it's sped up, and the air particles present in the atmosphere collide with it. That causes friction, that causes friction causes heat, and that heat leads to basically it burns before reaching the earth. So it burns in the air, in the atmosphere, upper atmosphere, because of colliding with the air particles. That causes friction causes ease, that burns the meteorites. Helps weather and climate happen. So weather and climate is our weather and climate is hugely affected by the atmosphere. We will cover. You don't have to understand everything right now. You have to just have some understanding of the atmosphere. The specific lines included here will be explained later in the chapters. Always moving due to sun's heat and earth's rotation. So sun's heat means atmosphere is a dynamic layer. It's very active layer. Because of the sun's heat, we see that water evaporates and as clouds are formed, precipitation happens, water cycle, or we can say the hydrological cycle happens. It all happens in the atmosphere. Earth rotation also affect the air present in the atmosphere. How does that happen? How Earth's rotation affects the air in the atmosphere? This thing we will cover in the later chapters. It is a dynamic active layer. Air is always moving, winds, clouds, rain. So as I have already told you, that the atmosphere is a dynamic layer, means it's always moving, changing, you know. And then we have hydrosphere. Hydrosphere includes all, just a second, hydrosphere includes all water on earth. Okay, hydrosphere includes all water on earth. So water exists in three forms: liquid, solid, gas. So hydrosphere, of course, hydro, I will not tell you. You have to tell me in the comment section the Greek word that hydrosphere is come from. So the hydrosphere includes all the water, and the water exists in three forms in this hydrosphere. That is liquid form, solid form, and the gaseous form. We have all learned about different states, in our junior classes. So liquid in rivers, lakes, oceans, solid ice and glaciers, and gas water vapor in air. So these are all forms of water. Earth is called the blue planet because 3/4 of its surface is covered with water. So as we can see from if like from space, we have seen that the earth appears to be blue. Why? Because 3/4 of the surface is covered with water. Now we will see the distribution of water. So the salt water is 97%. In means uh, earth, whatever water present on the earth, out of that 97% is the salt water. And though salt water is present in seas and oceans. Fresh water is of 3%. Frozen ice, that is the 70% of the fresh water. And groundwater is 30%. And the surface water, that is river, lakes, only 0.34%. Okay, so distribution of water, we can see that means 100%. We have make our conclusion from this 100%. So out of 100%, 97% is in the seas and oceans, and this 3% is the fresh water. Fresh water is present in lakes, rivers, etc. And out of this 3%, 70% is the ice in the frozen form, in the solid form, like ice, glaciers, and the remaining 30% is in the groundwater, present in the groundwater. So this is how the whole breakdown of water happens. Like out of 100%, 97% is in the seas and all oceans, and that is the salt water. So you cannot drink it directly because it has a lot of sodium or salt in it. And remaining 3% is our fresh water that we use. Out of that, 70% is in glaciers and ice, so we again though are not able to use that. From that also 3% groundwater we can use, and the surface water, rivers and lakes, only 0.34%. Okay, means rivers and lakes you can drink from it 0.34%. Water is essential for all living things. Human body is also 75%. So human body is 75%, made up of 75% of water. Okay, water is used for agriculture, industry, and daily life. So water is used for agriculture, industry, and daily life. Movement of water happens through the hydrological cycle, that is evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and runoff. Okay, so we will cover the hydrological or water cycle in detail, so don't worry about that. Till now just have a little bit of understanding that the water cycle, and I'm sure you have you don't exactly means remember the whole process, but you have some idea that evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and then runoff are included in water cycle. Water also shapes landforms. Now this is interesting. Landforms means, as you can see, this is this this shape is because of the land, water. The cliffs that we see, the cliffs are like these only, you know. Those are formed by the water. We have seen like water and rivers create cliffs, sea caves, valleys, etc. So water also shapes the landforms. So many rocks are shaped by constantly hitting against the water, and these cliffs we can see, these are also formed by the water. So water shapes the landforms also, and that study of these landforms included in the physical geography only, and that specific study is called the geomorphology. So I don't know it's included in the syllabus or not, means any part of it, we'll see. Yeah, so that's today's homework is to make a diagram or flowchart explaining this concept, and I hope this topic is clear to you all. If you have any doubt, you can comment freely. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.